Well, the dominance of Kentucky continues, and Tennessee did it on the ground. Over 250 yards on the ground. The four-headed monster, that's right, it's a four-headed monster now because Joe Milton's decided he wants to be in the running back room. Tennessee gets the win 33-27. Now they return home for another one of those preseason exhibition games before conference play begins again. This is the Volunteer Club Locker Room, powered by Spyre Sports. This is the Players Show. So at what point in time did Joe Milton decide to move from the quarterback room over to the running back room? 18 of 21 through the air. He's looking really, really good, but he's decided he wants to be a runner.
Joe stepped up. Joe ran the ball. Not long runs, but I think it was efficient runs, and I think they were timely runs. And I think with that, our offense goes. When we run the ball, we are successful.
Joe running gives the defense another thing to worry about.
Sure.
Also, I think it helps Joe Milton get in the rhythm. Builds his confidence. Too, we've seen it for 3 straight weeks where he's running the ball well and it's helped him throw the ball from the pocket. He was great on last night. It was his best game here at Tennessee. You put that game right up there with the Orange Bowl.
I will say this. I was worried. I know Tennessee's won 36 of the last 39 against Kentucky. I get that. But at the same time, a little bit concerned going down there because they've been like a box of chocolates. You really don't know what you're going to get. Right. Check Alabama game for references.
Right,
but this is a team that did what it needed to do, dominating the line of scrimmage and on the ground.
I think this is what we wanted. We wanted to see our team come out and dominate. We wanted to see get the ball to Dylan Sampson. We wanted to see Joe run the ball. And, Swain, you've been talking about it. Joe Milton hadn't gotten enough credit. Joe Milton has played extremely well. And him playing well on the road, our team responding, it was good to see going into this UConn game. This will be a game where hopefully we can get some guys to play, but kudos to the guys, kudos to the big boys up front for pushing them around and running the football.
Yeah, another performance by Joe Milton, total yards, hovering around 300.
Yeah.
This game, 0 turnovers. It was a clean game as far as turnovers, penalties. We can talk about penalties officiating all day long.
Why?
I know, but penalties, we had some that hurt us.
That
but at the end of the day, like, you didn't have enough that hurt you.
You look at the takeaways here, the running game. Your defense didn't have its best game. You rode the defense against Texas A&M. And what I like is the complementary football that you're seeing right now. When one side of the ball is not maybe having their best game, the other side does step up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been the story of our season. The defense has played well. The offense has played well. They've picked each other up. We had to have a special teams touchdown in a game. So I think that's a good thing. We're playing really good football at the right time, and I think that's an important thing when you're going into this stretch run that we're about to have.
Well, you don't win the same way every time you play because your opponent changes.
Right.
And your opponent has different weaknesses and strengths about them, and so you're having to adapt and find different ways to win. And make adjustments during the game, and that's what Tennessee was able to do. Kentucky had a bye week.
Yeah.
Enough time to get healthy, enough time to put in a lot of wrinkles offensively and defensively. And Tennessee coming off an Alabama game where traditionally teams that get beat by Alabama lose the next week.
Looky there. It's a Dante Thornton sighting. 3 catches.
Who's that?
Looked good. 3 catches, I think 63 yards. It was a moment.
Seen a wide receiver wear number 1 in a long time really do anything over at Neyland Stadium. It's been a while. What, 06, 04?
My last year playing was 20 years ago, so you're right.
It's funny, the game was on. My wife and I were sitting there watching it, and she says, God, that Dylan Sampson, I mean, he's the guy, right? And I'm like, well, it's a 3-headed monster. Jalen Wright's out there. He's averaging 10 yards a carry. And that's another strength. The running back room is so full that Tennessee's staying fresh when they bring the next guy in, and he's hungry because he wants to do better than the other two.
We had D. Samp in here earlier. This guy runs the ball hard. Jalen Wright runs hard. And we have another guy that didn't even really get the ball and get going. This is a good thing for us. When we need a stretch run, we have different guys, but D. Samp is electric. Louisiana boy. Shout out to Louisiana, but got to get that in the Swain, the Alabama boy, But no, yeah. D. Samp's been very electric, and it's been fun to watch him come and watch him play.
Yeah, Jalen Wright came in as a track guy, a guy that just could run fast in a straight line, but over time he's learned how to have patience. He's transformed his body to be able to last in the SEC, showing great vision, and he always had that home run potential, and he showed it on Saturday. only 2 touchdowns on the year, which is crazy to think about.
That's wild.
As he is one of the best running backs in the conference, maybe the best running back.
You know what's funny is that the talk quietens down. Focus is the number 2 quarterback's always the most popular guy on the team, always has been, always will be. But the talk is quieting down just a little bit because Joe's been playing so well.
Joe's played well. Again, we have to give credit where credit is due. Joe has played well. He hasn't done anything to lose us the game. The Alabama game, you take that one throw to Jacob Warren. Past that, he played extremely well. This was another game, 18 of 21, 85% completion.
Yeah.
That's what you want from your quarterback. What else could he do better?
I mean, from Kentucky, I don't know. I don't know what he can do better. I mean, he's doing what he can, what he has right now. We know the receiver room took a big blow, Brew McCoy being out. The receiver room lost 2 pro players. Joe is doing exactly what he can do right now, and yesterday's performance was, I felt, his best performance right there with that Clemson performance in the Orange Bowl.
So I'll ask you this real quickly because they're telling me to get to break and then we're rolling more video. So I will say this. Last week, I guess it was, Jason, okay, that was the quickest video ever because I called him out.
That was a throw.
You were upset with the receivers, essentially, saying they weren't doing their job.
Yeah.
Are they doing better?
Yeah, better. Yeah, they were better last night versus Kentucky. I mean, Joe doing a really good job of keeping the play alive with his legs.
Yeah.
And Dante Thornton catching that ball on his secondary route, the scramble drill. Nimrod had a really good touchdown. Mm-hmm. But the catch was the easiest part. It was about the release.
Right.
At the line of scrimmage, making sure that you gave yourself a chance to win that rep. And that, for me, is the difference with Nimrod last night versus 2, 3, 4 weeks ago when he had maybe some trouble getting off press. That's always a challenge for young receivers.
Okay, let's catch a break. Let's throw up the QR code. Here's where Jason pulls out the phone and acts like he's taking a picture of it.
Scan it.
And he's not going to do it tonight because I said that he would. Be a member of the volunteer club. Support the initiative that is Spyre Sports. Scan the QR code. There are many membership packages available for you. Access to exclusive events only if you are a member of the Vol Club. We do have one of the Tennessee players in studio tonight. He's a guy who was on his yearbook staff in high school, wants to do media in his future. His dad tells me he's got a good voice, and he does. We'll visit with him when we come back in the Volunteer Club locker room.
The Volunteer Club locker room is brought to you by the Volunteer Club. Real Vol fans are members of the Volunteer Club. Food City, Exterior Home Solutions, Lincoln Memorial University, Glass Doctor, and Garza Law.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Abraham Lincoln knew the power of an open door. He invited the public into the White House throughout his presidency because he understood open doors lead to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new discoveries. At LMU, our mission is to open doors for every student who comes here, so they can become everything they're meant to be. Come discover how we can open doors for you.
You know, life happens, and damage to your home can be extremely stressful. That's why it's important to find someone who offers efficient, quality work with financing options. Exterior Home Solutions, they value not only family, but community. And they're who I call when life happens, and you should too.
Reach for the power with Dynabody Fitness. New Dynabody equipment is manufactured right here in Tennessee and shipped all over the country. Custom built, rugged, and guaranteed for life. Visit Dynabody.com and experience the difference.
I'm Coach Josh Heupel with Tyler and Will from the Sports Animal.
For UT info in the afternoon, no one does it like 99.1.
From Josh and Swain through Tyler and Will, you're blanketed in orange.
No one covers the Vols like 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
Garza Law play of the week, and you got to go late in the game. Tennessee needed a touchdown. They needed a big run. They got it here to give them that 9-point lead late. For me, that was the play of the game because it was all kind of in question a little bit. Kentucky was a little too close for comfort until Tennessee took a 9-point lead.
Yeah, I thought that was a great run. You like the ball security there by Dylan Sampson. Looked good. Reminds you of another number 6. They used to wear the orange back in the day.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara, that's his mentor. That's who he wants to play like, and he definitely played like
he does.
Yeah,
he
on
does.
Saturday. Had 100 yards total offense, 90 there in the fourth quarter.
So UConn comes to town. We're not talking about Gino Auriemma. We're talking about UConn coming to town. And for Tennessee, the games after that are Missouri and Georgia.
And Vanderbilt, Mark. Don't forget about the Commodores.
Like I said, we're in Nashville. And Vanderbilt as well, a team that played really well against Georgia and was within 10 in the second half of that game, no disrespect. Okay, so what are you trying to accomplish this next week? And don't say stay healthy.
Well, that's important. You have to do that, but
what's the easy answer?
Get guys in. I mean, we had a game early in the year where our guys didn't particularly play well to get other guys some burn.
Yeah.
So this game, Austin Peay game, we didn't get guys burned. So the point that we need is guys need to play. We need offensive linemen to play. We need to get Nico some play. We need our defensive guys to play. There's a lot of guys that need to play in this game, and we do need to stay healthy. So stay healthy, get guys to play, and just take care of business.
I think it's important for Josh Heupel, man, as we are in the thick of things this season. You got to think about the future, and Nico is the future, but Nico needs really good players around him who are experienced. This is an opportunity to get guys that experience playing in November. And then you have the bowl game prep too. So like we got to handle business. Didn't do well with that Austin Peay. This is an opportunity to get guys in.
One of the things that I like about this show is that we get the players in studio. And not always are the players. And I'm not going to them right now, guys, so don't worry about the cameras, but I'm setting stuff up here. Chandavian Bradley's here, and he's essentially in that same position that Pierce is in. Some of those guys are in. He's got a great future. I guess my question is about a guy like this. Here's a guy that wants to get on the field. And this may be the only chance this year to get on the field. Here's a guy who's going to be hungry come Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to play. I mean, a game like this when you haven't played and you're redshirt and you're not traveling, but you know that you're going to get your opportunity, you want to get a splash play. It's like a receiver when you're playing against a team that you know doesn't have the DBs of the SEC. You want the ball to come your way. You want those easy catches. You want it.
Just say it, Chris.
I'm not going to say it. Go ahead.
The team is sorry. And you know the team is sorry.
Yes.
And you know it's an opportunity for you.
So you want to get some burn.
It's over. You just jinxed it. This is going to end up in some bulletin board material, and it's going to be our fault.
It's UConn.
It is what it is. But for Bradley, the red shirt rule is also because you can play 4 games and still red shirt. And when you are, a blue chip prospect, a top 50 prospect, sitting is just not in your DNA. And it's a real big adjustment, but it can be the best thing for you. So get out there, play, make some plays, and then get ready for next year to be the guy.
I will tell you this: we're going to bring in Chandavian Bradley right now. I guess you could say linebacker, you could say defensive end, kind of whatever. But my wife and I were given really good seats for the Texas A&M game. Okay, and so we were right behind the Tennessee bench. I don't know how in the world you expect to put on weight when you dance the entire game like you did on the sideline that game. What gives?
I think for me, my mindset coming into this season, since I knew I wasn't going to be playing as much, I was just like, I got to be able to provide whatever I can for the team. The team needs energy on the sideline. That's a big part in this world and in sports in general, is that people don't realize that the people that are on the field, they do need stuff to happen on the sidelines to help them. So I'm doing my best to do my part to bring energy and hype up everybody that I can. So
you're doing great.
Get a section. I keep a section to myself. I'm always up there waving my hands. It started to get really big on that, and a lot of people are starting to like that about me. So
that's good stuff.
I'm glad you do that. You are iced out over there, man. You got the chain over there. You looking good.
I grew up.
Where'd that come from? I mean, just talk about that fashion.
Shoot. I've always had a knack for wanting jewelry since I was little. And I guess I never grew out of it.
We walked in here today and couldn't see.
But like my dad has not like a lot of jewelry, but he had jewelry when I was growing up that I used to steal. I used to steal his jewelry and wear his stuff. My mom always had a lot of jewelry. I never took anything of hers because it's my mom's. My dad's a completely different story. My mom was No, we didn't want to mess with anything that she owned.
That's awesome. I tell you what, I'm going to stop you right here because I can tell that you've got a lot to say. And I want you to visit with Jason over there for the Food City Player Perspective. That's when we come back in the Volunteer Club locker room.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by Ted Russell Ford, KOC, the official orthopedic partner of University of Tennessee Athletics, Better Mattress, Commercial Bank, Pilot, and KnoxvilleSmiles.com.
You know, life happens, and damage to your home can be extremely stressful. That's why it's important to find someone who offers efficient, quality work with financing options. Exterior Home Solutions, they value not only family, but community. And they're who I call when life happens, and you should too.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I'm finally feeling control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
I'm an owner.
I am an owner.
I'm an owner. And we're locally owned. Gray Hodges has been serving the Knoxville area with quality craft-made cabinetry for over 7 decades now. Craft-Made manufactures high-quality kitchen and bath cabinets in a wide variety of finishes with modern and traditional styles to choose from. Visit one of our 4 locations and let a Gray Hodges owner show you the perfect craft-made design to fit your needs. Gray Hodges. Employee-owned, service perfect.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old-school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
When you're 6'4" and 320 pounds like I am, finding a mattress is a challenge. That's why I went to Better Mattress for help. It's not about just selling big store brands. At Better Mattress, it's about making a mattress that fits the person's body type and their personal preferences. Look, after a big football game, this body is tired and sore. I have to have a mattress that helps me rest and rejuvenate. Big O and Better Mattress. Good night, just got better.
Your roof, it's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
Here for the Food City Player Perspective, got my man Chandavian Bradley, freshman, all world coming out of high school, but you've had to do a lot of watching, but you've been doing a lot of cheering on the sideline too. We saw a video of you getting the crowd hype, but what's been the biggest adjustment for you from your high school year to your freshman year at Tennessee?
The biggest difference for me so far, I think, high school-wise, was especially like the lifting part. I didn't consistently lift until my senior year, until like the summer going into my senior year. So I think I've had to adjust to a lot of that stuff and lay out in that perspective. I know the game's moving a lot faster now. Practices are a lot more different than what they were in high school, but really just adjusting to the lifting style and the meeting styles that are going on. So.
The city is a big part of a player's recruitment and the decision to go to a college. You mentioned how much you loved Knoxville. How big was that for you specifically when you chose Tennessee?
My recruitment process-wise, I wasn't like, I know there's people that were focused on the NIL side of things, people that were focused on playing. My thing was I wanted to be in a spot, I want to be in a place where I know I will mentally be okay. So, like, the moment I stepped foot in Knoxville, I got that feeling. And you when you step in a place, you have that one feeling where you're like, yeah, that was the spot. And this ended up being the spot for me, favorite place.
As a young player, it's important to follow the right people. You know, it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Who has been the cat that you have copied, that big brother type, on this Tennessee football team?
So person I confide in and talk to a lot of the time, obviously Big O, and then James Pierce. Game-wise, James Pierce all the way, just because Like, he's doing this as a true sophomore, what he's doing this year as a true sophomore. And I know when I was first coming in, like recruiting-wise, he was the person I was around more most of the time. He's been one of my favorite people to talk to, and he's also not afraid. Like, obviously, a lot of players aren't going to be afraid to say what they feel, but he's going to tell me straight up 100% all the time. And then not to forget to mention, he's one of the funniest people I know for no reason. Like, he'll just say the most random thing. I sit next to him in meetings. Whenever I move from scout team over to when we go to like pass rush and stuff, I stand behind him, watch to see what he does, and then I go and try to do what I do, and I instantly run back to where him and Coach Ayers are to have them help me and coach me up and tell me what more I need to do.
You got Coach Chop Harbin, you have Rodney Garner, everyone knows Rodney, but you just mentioned Robert Ayers, who played the NFL level, who played here as a first-round pick. I mean, how cool is it to have those three guys working with you every day? How much have you learned since you've been here?
There's so much that I learned, because back in high school, I mean, it was easy for me to get around blocks really just using speed. Going into this, I didn't know many moves. There's a few moves. Ghost was one of my favorite moves, one of my main moves. Just a regular dip and rip. Those were some of my moves that are just common for me to use. But Coach Ayers has taught me a few more moves, has given me more footwork tools and everything else in that aspect. Coach Gardner, Coach G is very much one of the best D-line coaches of all time. And a lot of people know that. I mean, he's had a lot of draft picks. He has a lot of people. You can see what our D-line is doing right now. So there's a lot that they have done. And then Coach Chop, he's been really big help for me.
Chandavian, quickly, running out of time here, but, man, you got an ambition to be in this business, the media business, after playing football. What's your plans after playing football? Is it be a commentator or radio host? Do I need to be afraid for my job?
I have connections already where I can get into the broadcasting point, but that's not all I do. I know we don't have enough time for me to talk about that, but there's a lot that I have a possibility going into. So,
well, Chandavian, special player. We already can tell, special human being, and can't wait to see him get on the football field here soon for Tennessee.
Yeah, what I loved was seeing in high school pictures of him out there taking pictures of all the sports for the yearbook. Soccer, basketball. We'll wrap this thing up when we come back here in the Volunteer Club Locker Room.
The Volunteer Club Locker Room is brought to you by the Volunteer Club. Real Vol fans are members of the Volunteer Club. Matlock Tire, Gray Hodges, Humana, D1 Training, and Aqua Clear Water Systems.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set. What we can't fix is your view.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
I'm Dr. Mike Costa of Malone & Costa Dentistry. You can find us at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I'm standing here in front of a dental robot. We're one of 2 dentists in the state of Tennessee that utilize this cutting-edge technology. Do you have a broken tooth, a tooth that's in pain, or a denture that doesn't fit well? Maybe you're a little anxious? You can come in and we offer comprehensive sedation services and utilize this awesome technology to give you precise, accurate care. If you think this technology can help you, visit our website at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I look forward to helping you.
Knoxville is my home. I was born and raised here, and I was blessed to raise my family here. This community is one that I'm proud to live in and serve every day. At Ted Russell Ford, for over 50 years, we've been Knoxville's hometown dealer. Helping our friends and neighbors own their first car or their dream car or truck has been our absolute pleasure. At Ted Russell Ford Lincoln, we will continue to serve our community because East Tennessee, you've always supported us. Thank you.
Visit us at one of our 2 locations on Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or online at tedrussellford.net.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
I was the star around here until Glass Doctor installed this perfect shower enclosure. Now they look at me like, well, there you go.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your pains. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so who made it great? Who was the player of the game? Brought to you by Humana. Well, it had to be Joe Milton. Anyone that even thought of anyone else was just completely wrong. Hey, look, by the way, there's Dante Thornton. I think he got some votes as well, Swain.
Absolutely. Dante Thornton had his best game as a Tennessee Volunteer, but Joe Milton was efficient. He was poised. He did a great job of extending the play with his legs, running the football. He was the field general. He was great last night for Tennessee.
Yeah, of 100 first-place votes, he got 99. Thornton got 1. Okay, Keys, that was me. Keys for the game coming up this week against UConn.
Oh, man, you are on one today. Gino R.M. again. Listen, there's 3 things we got to do. Don't play down to the competition. Our guys, I think, did that earlier in the season. Hopefully our guys can put together a full game and do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Defensively, create some turnovers. Our defensive backs step up, make some plays. Hopefully they throw the ball to us. We can get some interceptions. And then this is kind of, like Mark said, the known. Stay healthy, but get the younger guys reps. We need to get Nico in the game. We need to get him with some other players that he's going to be playing with in the future, so he has enough time and he has enough kind of stuff just to start processing. So that's what I think we need to do.
Yeah, Kentucky was the first game probably all season. Tennessee played a full 60 minutes. So do it again. Do it again before you play Missouri and Georgia. I think it's important to build the confidence of the wide receivers. It was a good step against Kentucky, but it's an opportunity to play young guys. And then defensively, I want to see us go out there and create 3 turnovers and get 3 takeaways.
I'll say this. It's a little infectious to me when somebody like Chandavian Bradley comes in here. I visited with him before the season, visit with him tonight. He's gone to practices. He's run out through the tee. He's cheered his teammates on. That's what I want to see. I want to see a guy like that get out there and make something happen for his first of many, many times. Tennessee and UConn coming your way on noon. We are out of time. Hopefully we'll show some highlights of number 39 making some plays. We'll see you next week.